Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. And it's Saturday. Slashback Saturday. No, it's not. If you guys just watched my last video, you'll know it's Thursday, and I'm actually recording this the day before I go home. Yeah. But that's kind of how I always start my Slashback Saturday videos, so I kind of wanted to keep it uniform. Because I'm OCD. What can I say? Now, as I said before, hopefully before you watch this, you'll have watched the Super Slashback Brothers on our stream Friday night, leading into Saturday morning, Slashback Saturday. And I'll be home. Seems kind of surreal, but I'm so glad. This week, I'm going to be doing something a little bit special. Special to me, that is. Joe and I have been friends for well over a year now. And it's one of those things that we started talking about a long time ago. And that is Slasher Plus. What is a Slasher Plus? Well, we both kind of had the same idea on what it was, and it's actually not ingeniously creative or anything like that. It's just a kind of a subgenre of horror, in my opinion. And I do believe in Joe's too. And it's basically where you have a slasher film that more or less borders other types of film and other genres of film as well. Now my pick this week, and I knew exactly what it was going to be when Joe was kind enough to dedicate this one to me this week, which I really did appreciate. I thought that was really cool of him. Because we have been talking a lot about this over the past year. And my pick was no doubt The Zero Boys. Now, The Zero Boys is directed by Nico Mastorakis. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. This is not going to be your typical Horrific Nightmares review. Even though I have all the technology, I just wanted to do this one a little bit different and have a little bit more fun with it. Now, Nico Mastorakis is generally known for his action films. If I remember correctly, he did do Nightmare at Noon, which Scream Factory did pick up. I did find a DVD of it, and I watched it a while back. I believe I did a review on it, and now I can't even remember, to be honest. But it was very much like The Zero Boys. It is basically an action film which has horror elements to it. Now, Nightmare at Noon has more like an infection, zombie kind of... it's kind of what it turns into halfway through. The Zero Boys, on the other hand, turns into a hillbilly slasher movie. This is a really, really fun movie. The only person I recognize in this film is this girl right here, but I'll get into her in a second. Basically, a synopsis on this. The Zero Boys is about a team called the Zero Boys that are paintball competition players. In the beginning, they are going against their arch nemesis. I can't remember the name of the team. But they kind of take on a Nazi sort of persona when they play paintball. And of course, the Zero Boys are the winners, the champions. Now there's a bet that happens. One of the aspects of the bet is their nemesis, their leader, put up his girlfriend as part of the bet, which is so dumb to do. but entertaining at the same time. And that's the blonde right here. Of course, I knew who she was right away. She's the blonde, the younger sister from Night of the Comet, and she's been in other things too. I just can't think of what they are off the top of my head. But she decides to go with them as kind of a FU to her boyfriend for putting her up as part of the bet. So the Zero Boys, who are now champions, decide to go into a cabin in the woods to kind of celebrate and to train to play paintball. This is a little bit sketchy, this part of the film. I've seen this several times. And I do believe one of the team members has a cabin from their family that they're going to be staying at. What happens is they get to this cabin in the woods, and I don't know if they mistook the address or exactly what happened. It's like never that clear, but it seems like they know that they're trespassing on somebody else's cabin and staying there while they're not there. It just doesn't seem to bother them too much. Until, of course, the movie takes a very, very dark turn, and you find out that the cabin belongs to a bunch of hillbillies who are going to pick them off one by one. As I said, this turns into a slasher film. This is a very, very well done, interesting film. The first time I saw this, I was at my daughter's house babysitting my granddog, and I watched this and Blood Rage and a few other movies the same night, and I had a ball because it was like one movie was better than the next. And have wanted this ever since. Now, Tony, Horror and Taj, I won his first subscriber contest. And in that package, he sent me a DVD for the Region 2 Arrow cut of this film. And I do have a Region 2 player. But I picked it up and I watched it, and I was like, you know what? I love this movie. Why don't I have this film in my library? And that was basically all it took. So I purchased it. Now this, as I said, being a Slasher Plus, the Slasher Plus, of course, is being an action movie plus a slasher film. But I'm not going to stop there. So this is going to be a double feature, and also going to be dedicated to my very good friend Joe, the Horror Man. My second pick is Microwave Massacre. Now, last year, my friend Joe sent me a package about August, October, somewhere in that general vicinity. And he sent this along with it, which I thought was incredibly generous. And I had actually thought I had seen this movie. It turns out I hadn't. Part of the thing about being in the hospital, they kind of keep you doped up with painkillers. So you wouldn't think... I didn't really get to watch a lot of movies I really wanted to watch because I would fall asleep on them, have to restart them, get fed up, kind of stop after that. But this movie is fantastic. Sometimes you forget when people send you things. You kind of set it to the side and it stays. I know Brad said this a lot. He said, I have a whole stack full of movies over there that people have sent me that I just haven't had a chance to get to yet. And I'm much the same way. But when my wife, she was asking me what I wanted from the house when I was first in the hospital, I told her that this was one of the ones that I wanted. My Arrow stack that I haven't had a chance to watch yet. And this, of course, was among them. And I put this on one night. I believe it was Monday or Tuesday of this week. And I had the most fun with this movie. It is just a fun movie. Now, is it a slasher plus? I think so. This has a very, very easy synopsis. Basically, you're talking about Jackie Vernon, who is a stand-up comic in real life, and here he's just priceless as the main character. The main character and his wife have this humongous microwave. I mean, it's just so over the top and large and intrusive. And the wife, I guess, because microwaves are so easy to cook with and so easy to do things with, she starts to make all these gourmet dishes. And he's basically a meat and potatoes man. That's what he wants, meat and potatoes. And she's fixing stuff from other countries, other cultures. So finally, he pretty much has enough of it. He comes home drunk one night, and after hysterically ruining their dinner, I mean, it's just so funny, he kills his wife. Now, he cuts her up and puts her in the freezer. And then he learns that he actually likes the way human meat tastes. And I'm going to kind of leave it at there. There are so many oddball characters in this movie. Just random boobs in this movie. It's a laugh riot. This whole movie is a laugh riot. It's so funny. Is it a slasher plus? Yes. Basically, he starts having sex with women, bringing them back to his place, having sex with them, killing them and cutting them up, and eating them. So there you go. But it's more so a comedy. This was considered, I think that it was self-dubbed the worst horror movie ever made, or the worst movie ever made. It's not. I absolutely love it. I will recommend it to anyone who loves comedy, anyone who loves horror. It is priceless. Definitely check this one out. And thank you, Joe, for sending this to me. Sorry it took me so long to see it, but I'm telling you, this is a prize in my collection now. I absolutely love this film. So, there's a double shot. We have Microwave Massacre and The Zero Boys. Two fantastic films that are definitely slasher plus. Now definitely go check out The Horror Man, where we'll see what he picked this week, along with our theme for next week. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.